According to the Small Business Administration Department of the United States, 20% of small businesses fail within the first 1 year of starting. 50% fail within the first 5 years, and 70 to 80% fail within the first 10 years of starting. But why is such a large number of businesses failing? Well, 90% of entrepreneurs think lack of funding is their problem. But in this video, I'll prove to you why it is not true. Yes, lack of funding is part of the problem, but there are other pertinent issues that they don't take into consideration that I will share with you these secrets. Okay. If you are new here, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell as I'll continue to share with you the secret of success from the world's most successful people and how to succeed in life and in business. And then let's go straight to the point. The reason number one why most businesses fail within the first few years of starting is lack of proper planning. When I talk of lack of proper planning, I mean the vision. They don't really have a very good vision before they start. What do I mean by a very good or very clear vision? A lot of people start businesses without having a business plan. They start the business without even having a proper financial plan. They start the business without thinking of what their exit option will be. Are they going to do an initial public offering, an IPO? Are they going to exit by selling the company? What are the end options? Because those things are bad. If you don't have a very clear vision of where the company is going, then the problems that you're going to face, you will have no solutions to them. Because the truth is that when you have a clear vision, the problems that you are going to encounter, some of them you will already see them in your vision, and you'll be able to think of how to solve them even before they arrive. So not having a proper business plan is one of the problems. So if you are thinking of starting a new business, what do? You have to have a very clear business plan. Have a plan, do your market research. Understand people who are already in that business and what they are offering. If they are offering the same thing, then you don't need to come in. You need to come in with a unique solution. And so the business plan is going to give you a very clear vision about where you are going. And that will help you to be able to solve most of the problems that you are going to anticipate. Okay, so reason number two why most people fail in business is they enter into business with the sole aim of making money. It is true that all of us, yes, we may be motivated to go into business because of money, but the money shouldn't be the sole motivation. The number one main reason that motivated me to go into business was to solve problems. We have a lot of people in our part of the world who think they want to go into business, but they don't know how to go about it. There are a lot of business people who want to do business, but they think they don't have money. There are a lot of business that are struggling to sell. There are a lot of people who are not having jobs. These were some of the things that motivated me. It was not purposely because of money. So with what I do as a business person, I tried addressing some of these problems. And I'm telling you, by the grace of God, I am really solving some of them. And that is really helping me to succeed more. So think about the problems you are going to solve and not about the money. If your motivation is money, then if you don't get the money, you will easily give up. But when your motivation is to solve a problem, when you are solving the problem and even the money is not coming yet, you will still be committed to work and really help solve those problems. And you are definitely going to get paid. You see, when you do research, you will get to know that majority of businesses make good money after the first 3 years. Between the first and second year, they don't make any significant money. And this tells the difference between entrepreneurs and business people. Yes, every entrepreneur is a businessman, but not every businessman is an entrepreneur. What's the difference? Entrepreneurs are coming with the sole aim of solving a problem. And along the way, they will definitely make money from the solution they are providing for the problems. But people who are doing only business just think of, I want to sell this, make this money. That's why a lot of young people call me, oh, I want to start a business, I want to do this. Then I have 10,000 Ghana cedis. And when I tell them, what is the problem that you want to solve? They never call me again because they think, oh, the question I am asking them is not necessary. They are just looking for something to invest their money. And I'm telling you, if you don't have a very clear vision about the problem that you want to solve, then you may not succeed in that particular business. Okay, we go to the reason number 3. The reason number 3 is lack of product market fit and resistance to change. What do I mean by product market fit? What I am saying is that a lot of people start business where what they are selling is not what the people want, but they still forced to sell that thing. Yes, you may need to take a lot of time for people to get to know your product and have the interest in buying it. But sometimes, if you are not selling, it probably is not because you are not doing good marketing, but it could be that what you are selling at that time is not what people are looking for. And it is happening. There are a lot of businesses that had to change their initial plan because what they were selling is not what people wanted, so they had to change. And with my own personal life, when I started my company, what I intended to sell, what I was selling, it took me several months and I saw that people were not interested in that. And I was rather seeing them asking me of something which was similar to what I was selling, but not exactly the same. So I had to quickly change my product, blend it, just have to do some adjustment to provide a solution to what they were asking. And this is what we talk about when we say people don't buy what they need, they buy what they want. What do I mean by this? For example, there are a lot of things that are very important for us as humans. Example, eating fruit, or taking fruit juice. A lot of us, we really need those type of foods to live a healthy life. Even if you compare between junk food like pizza, fried rice, and those healthy food, most people prefer the foods that may destroy their lives early rather than eating the foods that will make them live long. If you compare that to drinks like alcoholic drinks and other hard drinks that easily kill people, people prefer to take those things than those drinks that are healthy for their body. In fact, a lot of people are making millions from selling cigarette rather than other healthy things that people really need to succeed, really need to live a long life. So what do I bring here? It's just an example I gave, but I want you to understand that people mostly buy what they want and not what they need. So when I discovered this secret, I had to make sure that what I am selling should be tailored towards what the people want, not what I think is good for them. What I think is good for them may actually be good, but what will be the point if I am not able to sell that good thing I think is good for them? So I have to shift to sell what they want. The next one I'll talk about is poor leadership. You see, for you to build any big company or any big business, you need to have good leadership skills. Leadership is needed in building any great thing in life, and you cannot do it alone. You need a team that you can communicate your vision to them. If you cannot communicate your vision properly to your team, you cannot lead your team. You are selfish. You want to take every award or every blessing, and you don't want to share with your team, or you don't want to communicate effectively to them, then you will not go anywhere in life, because with one man, how far can you go? So you need people to really help you succeed. So you should cultivate your leadership skills and all that. The next one I'll talk about is bad marketing methods. The world is changing quickly and everything is evolving. So whatever that you are selling, the marketing method that you are using, you should try several methods. If one method is not giving you the money that you want or the sales that you want, you have to try another method. Maybe where you are focusing on is not where your customers are. So you have to try, put in different methods, and of course, you are going to make it. And then one popular example, as I am talking today, the world is changing from physical to digital. A lot of people are selling more online, and so you may be a business who is still stick to selling physical. Yeah, you may be selling physical and it's good, but how far can you go? You need to employ modern technology and be able to reach a wider audience. If not, even when you are in your country there and you think you are competing with only local people, it's not true, because you have an international competition, because there are a lot of people on the internet who are selling equally what you are selling, and maybe even be cheaper than what you are, the price you are offering, and people may go for that. Okay, so that's one of the things. And I'll just move on to the next one, which is not learning from successful entrepreneurs, not reading or learning from successful entrepreneurs. This is one of the main things that also doesn't help us to succeed that much in business. A lot of people don't want to read. Let me tell you, the truth is that all the problems we are facing, most of them are in books. In business, that's why if you see the most successful entrepreneurs, they like to read. That's why Bill Gates read 50 books a year. Look at that, the success that he has. But he still read 50 books every year. He still read about one book every week. Why is it important? It's important because you need to develop your mind to tune in to understand what you are going to face. You need to learn from people who have gone to where you want to go. And the mistakes they made, you will avoid it. There are a lot of mistakes that I nearly would have made if I did not read those books. So I had to read over 150 books before I started my business. And I am telling you, by the grace of God, some of the ideas are really helping me, because the things that I saw in the books that told me I would encounter them, I really encountered them. But because I knew I am likely to face them, I prepared for them. So you have to read good books, read books. Then, apart from reading, watch videos, you have mentors, and then know those people who have done what you want to do, and then associate with them and learn from them. It's going to help a lot. So I am advising that even if you cannot read at all, read one book a month. I am reading one book a week. If you can do that, or even more than that, good. If you can't, at least read one book a month. It will help you a lot, and I tell you, you will appreciate me later. The next is lack of commitment. A lot of people are not really committed to what they are doing. If you read the story of Elon Musk, you will get to understand that Elon Musk was working 18 hours a day. In the day, which is 24 hours, he worked for 18 hours. What did that mean? It means that he barely rests for only 6 hours, which is the time he's sleeping. And now you have to do that. Let me give you an example. Myself, like this. In a day, I work approximately 16 hours. Because those in a day, when I started my office or my company, I have to come to work sometimes 5 a.m. and close 10 p.m. And the time I come and the time I close, mostly maybe I'm just going to sleep. I wake up from sleep and I'm coming, and then when I close, I'm just going to sleep again. I'm saying this, it's not everyone who can do that, but it will help me to facilitate my success easier. And it's not all the time I do that, but as much as possible, I try to do that. I'm doing that because it's not all the time I will do this, but I'm trying. This is the initial stage, and I need to put in much effort to build. So if you are starting and maybe you are putting maybe 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours a day on it, and you want to succeed that much, it will not come that much as you need it. So you need to put much effort into it early. So at the beginning, you should be committed. As I was telling you, the average business succeeds after 3 years. And maybe you want to use 1 year or maybe some few months and you want to start making. If you are not making enough money, it may not be because your business plan was bad or your business idea is not successful, but you need to put more effort and be committed till you get everything right. The next I'll talk about is lack of funding. And so when I am talking about lack of funding, it's very true that most businesses are not able to, they don't have the funds they need to progress, and it is very important. But if you have a very clear idea and your idea is really very feasible, there are a lot of investors and venture capitalists. You just need to communicate properly and connect with the right people, and you get them coming in to support. There are really a lot of good people in the system with the right intentions to help. The only thing is, you have not met them yet. So you only need to have a very clear idea, a very clear plan, reach out to them, communicate properly, and you probably get the funding. I agree that we all need money to do the things that we do. So that one is a necessity. But don't let that thing be the main priority to stop you from succeeding. The next is wrong priorities. When I talk of wrong priorities, I am talking about spending on the things that are not that very necessary. For example, you may have an old place or an old office that you can manage, and you are rather thinking of building a new place. That may be a wrong priority, because you should rather, if you have the little money that you have, you could spend that one to rather develop your product or invest it in the marketing. But if you put that money into the building, but you already have a place that you can manage. At the end of the day, you have your building, but maybe your product and your marketing part may be left behind and you are not making any sales. So eventually you will collapse. So think of the most important things to you. And that leads me to the next point, which is I will talk about the fact that people start big. They start big and without prototyping. What do I mean by starting big and not prototyping? A lot of people are waiting for that huge money. I want to start a business. I need 10,000 Ghana cedis. I need $10,000 to start. But the truth is that mostly you need to start small. You don't need to look for all that big money before you start. If you are looking for big money to start, they are the people who start big, and if that idea doesn't succeed, they fall totally into big debt. So you need to prototype. What do we mean by prototyping? In business, when we talk about prototyping is where you start your idea, develop the product, test the system, test the market, find out whether people really need what you are offering. You may be thinking that your idea is something very great, people are likely to be interested in it, but that's not the situation. People may not really be that interested in that product. So you need to test the market by starting small. And as I was telling you, I used to go from door to door to sell, moving from door to door, house to house. All those things that helped me to get some fundamental ideas about business, which later helped me to go into something bigger. If I didn't start that small thing and I was waiting to get big money one day before I go into big business, I would not have probably done the things I have done today or moved my company to where I'm moving today. So what do you need to do? You need to start small. Don't wait to have everything. Start with the little thing you have. Start with the smallest thing that you have and continue building small. Every day put in effort. Be committed. And when you are committed and you continue to put in that little effort day by day, you are going to get to a situation where you will know that, okay, where I have got to now, people really like it. Only that I need to expand more, to sell more. So you cannot scale up. But if you are just thinking of getting that big money and then you are thinking of starting big, you may start with the big thing. But as I was telling you, maybe the product, there's no market fit for it. There's no market that really need that product at that time. So you are going to what? You could have produced a lot of things, you have produced it, but there's no market for it. And those things are going to cost you a lot and you may run bankrupt. So I am advising that don't just run to start something big. Start small, study the market, see what the people are looking for. And then when you offer them what they want, and I tell you the truth, you are going to be successful. Please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell as I'll be sharing with you the secrets of success from the world's most successful people. Also remember to follow the link in the notification for more guidance if you really want to start your business or you have a startup that you need to develop it into a bigger level. Thank you so much for